Hi, this is Dr. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. This video, it's got a funky title, How Much Ketosis? I don't know what else to call it, but I'm going to go over a bunch of numbers in a way that makes more sense to myself and to my patients. And I actually hired a dietitian from the Charlie Foundation to come to my office. They educated all the practitioners in my office, plus about 5 other doctors from southeastern Michigan. The Charlie Foundation is a group of individuals who teach how to get into ketosis. They've been teaching this since the early 90s, named after a kid named Charlie who had severe epilepsy. He went into ketosis, and 4 days later, he was cured of it. His dad is Jim Abrams, or Abraham Abrams, and he did several comedy movies in the 80s. And then he made a movie called First Do No Harm, which kind of mirrors their experience on seizures and ketosis. So let's get into these numbers. So now we have fat that burns like fat. So here's fat grams. And we have protein and carbohydrates that burn like sugar. So they go over here. Now sugar burns quickly. Well, even simple or complex carbohydrates burn quickly compared to protein, but they still have the same effect on the body. So we're looking at the ratios. Here's a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning, for example, 100 grams of fat in the day versus 100 grams of both protein and carbohydrates in the day. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. Each is 100 grams per day. Now, I'm not talking about calories here. That is another factor in the in how to determine what your grams are. Okay, now there's been quite a number of people that I've had do this, but they're not losing weight. They want to be healthier. So then the next step would be to take it up a notch and do a 2-to-1 ratio. 100 grams of fat to 50 grams of protein and carbs. And then there's, it's gradient throughout this whole scale. You don't have to go from 1-to-1 to 2-to-1. You can go to 1.5 to 1. Okay, so with this 2-to-1 ratio, the 50 grams of protein and carbs would look like 35 grams of protein to 15 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, now let's go all the way down to the bottom. 4-to-1 ratio. 100 grams of fat to 25 grams of protein and carbs combined. So that would be like 15 grams of protein to 10 grams of carbs. And so this would be for cancer, heart disease, diabetes, epilepsy, more severe cases right here. And I have people doing this right now without knowing the ratio. They've been doing this already. Okay, and getting the results that they like. Now this would be for if you're maintaining your health and you want to be in like a more moderate nutritional state of ketosis, and that's what this looks like. Okay, so bear with me on this. I'll explain everything. I've done this graph before. Here's the ketones down here. You want them to come up. Here's the sugar in the blood here. You want that to go down. And we have a machine. You can buy it on Amazon for $25, and the glucose stick that goes with it and the ketone sticks that go with it. It's called the Precision Extra, XTRA. It measures ketones and glucose in the blood. And then you have to do some math to get a ratio. Here's the math. It's the glucose number, that's G right here, divided by 18.016, divided by the ketones. Now, if you're brand new at this and you haven't changed your diet, your ratio here, that would be, that equals a ratio. I'll put R. So the ratio here might be 70 if you're brand new at this. And then as you increase the fat and decrease the protein and carbs, your number goes down to 35 and lower and lower and lower. And then once you're at 2.0 and down to 1.0, that's still ketosis. That's nutritional ketosis. And then below 1.0, that's called true therapeutic ketosis. Okay, so if you're between 2.0 and 0.7, that's good. That means your cells are burning fat, and all the fantastic things that happen when your cells burn fat are happening. So that's the range right here. Now in the past I've said that you got to get below 1.0. That's true for only some people. It may not be true for you. Depends on your state of health, depends on your goals. Okay, so there you go. Now I'm going to flip over to the next sheet. Now at the end of this seminar I attended was from 8:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. lots of numbers, lots of examples. We're talking about grams and calories and et cetera, et cetera. It's like math, going on in the head. And then at the end, she goes, I have a colleague in the dietetics world. She's really well respected. She gets great results. And here's what she does. Low carb diet plus 2 tablespoons of oil per meal, 3 meals a day. And people get good responses from that. So here's what this looks like. 3 low carb meals per day with 2 tablespoons of oil per meal. 1 tablespoon is 14 grams of fat. So that's 6 tablespoons, that's 84 grams of fat. On top of the regular fat that comes with the meat and the cheese and whatever else they're eating. So now we're approaching 100 grams of fat, or easily above 100 grams of fat. And then the low carb part, what she's saying is 50 to 60 grams of vegetables per day. Subtract out the fiber to get the net carbohydrate grams, and now you're at maybe 30, maybe 40 net grams of carbohydrates per day. And then the protein falls where it may. And it may fall at 40 or 50 or 60, okay, but you're close and you're above the 1-to-1 ratio. You're approaching more like a 2-to-1 ratio, okay, but you're somewhere in the middle, and you can get great results with that. Weight loss and reduction of various symptoms. And if you need more help with this and more specifics, contact us, and we can help you out. Every practitioner in my office is trained on this, and I'm going to give you their names, okay? So everybody that's calling the office is looking for me, but my practitioners, we got Kristen. She's an occupational therapist. She knows everything I know. We got Carrie. She is a nutritionist. She knows everything I know. And we have Dr. Amanda, and she is actually a PharmD. She's got her doctorate in pharmacy. And so you can ask for me, or you can ask for them. And you can go on our website, you can look them up. You can maybe find some videos or pictures or whatever. Read their bios on our website. So there you go, I'm promoting them too. All right.